Today, I am teaching you how to create these scratch cards. I had a few people ask me for a YouTube video on this rather than what I posted on social media, and today's the day I'm showing you just how to go about doing that. They are super simple to create. There are so many options that you can use, or you can just follow what I did here. You can write so many different notes to whomever you want to write a note to. How cute would this be to throw into your hubby's lunchbox or your kids' lunch boxes, or to gift to others? So without further ado, let's head over to the computer and I'm going to get this project started. We're back at the computer and we're going to quickly go through how I did this. It's really simple to do, lots of fun, and it's so creative and pretty and perfect scratch card for Valentine's Day. We are going to start with two square shapes. I'm going to get the second one in a different way. We're going to make this bigger. You can either change it here by unlocking it, or I just clicked and dragged on the cursor to create it. The size I'm using is 3.5 by 5.7. The reason for that is that my hearts are 3 inches big. They are quite big. It's the only ones I could find on Amazon. My Canadian Amazon, maybe the American Amazon may have smaller versions. So keep that in mind. These cards do end up being a bit big, but nevertheless, they are cute and I like them. They're perfect to maybe add to the kids' lunchbox, and when they open their lunches, they can scratch off to see what mom or dad has to say. We bring in the one square, and like I said, I'm going to resize it 3.5 by 5.7. And I'm then going to offset this. I'm going to do a negative offset because I'm looking for the inner portion of the card. You can negative offset this at any size you want, depending on the pattern you put in the back. I would highly suggest you play around with this and make a decision from there how you want your card to look. And you'll understand what I mean in a bit more in a little bit. So let's apply that. And I'm going to change this to the color white. Actually, I don't like the offset, so I'm going to actually delete that, and I'm going to bring in another square with the rounded corners. And I guess because of the rounded corners, I'm not liking how it looks. So we're just going to change that to white. The design here, so you know, the inner square for me is 3.1 by 5.1 approximately. So again, this sizing is based on my 3-inch heart, but you can size up or down depending on the hearts you are able to grab off of Amazon or a craft store. Or there's also DIY ways to create scratch stickers. So my own is 3.1 by 5.1. That there, I'm going to center it. Once we have our design ready, I'm going to select just the back portion. The back portion is where the pattern is going to be. There are two ways to create this design with the pattern. One is you have your back portion selected. We're going to change it to a print then cut project. And when we do that, we have our square swatch color portion. Click on that. Click on the drop down arrow where it says color and click on pattern. This option only is available if it's a print and cut option. If you watch some of my other videos, especially the one specifically speaking about patterns, you will see that. From here, you can choose patterns, whatever patterns you like. Oh, that's gorgeous. You can filter for patterns as well. So because we're doing this for Valentine's Day, you could do pink and red patterns to see what is available, and choose whatever pattern it is you like. So many fun ones that are available. Oh, the watermelons. Oh my goodness. Just gorgeous. Not sure what that is. That looks like it's for Christmas. This is just a polka dot one. I actually use that one a lot because I think it's really pretty. So please click through and find one that you like. So this is one way of creating a patterned background. And I'm going to show you another way on how to create a patterned background. So if that's what you are happy with, the patterns that are available, or you've brought in, please refer back to my video. I will link it in the description regarding patterns and bringing them in, because I won't go through that again, as I have a full video on how to do that. If this is the route you're going, you will then select both. Again, we're going to put our top layer back on and center. Once that's done, you'll find elements to design your card with. The heart, I added the heart onto the card this time. The first time I didn't do that, and it was a little bit hard for me to add the heart sticker to it. I found this way was a little bit easier because it covers the heart and then you don't have any issues. So we'll bring a heart into Design Space. And as I mentioned, it is a 3-inch heart that I'm working with, the sticker. So we're going to do that. Put this onto the design. So once your 3-inch heart fits, you're going to create another heart. And we're going to size this to about 2 inches. So this is going to be printed onto the card. Goodness. Maybe 2.5. We just want it a little bit smaller than our 3-inch heart. That looks pretty good there. And we can put our heart on top. I'll just change this. Actually, I'm going to change this to 10 to get the outline like that. Now you can see let's center them. We'll select both hearts and align center. And now we can move them around together to see how they will sit. So now the black heart is what's going to be on our design, which will print like this. The one with the outline is going to be the actual sticker that we're sticking onto our card. So we'll set that aside for now, the bigger one. And now we want to add the wording scratch to reveal. So we'll bring in a text box and we'll type scratch to reveal. Pick a font of your choice. And I love that Cricut does this now. They are giving you a view of what it will look like in that font. So as you can see, majority of these say the words I've now typed in, scratch to reveal. And now you can see what it's going to look like if you choose that font. So you don't have to be clicking on all the fonts. Some of them don't work. It says preview not available. A preview of what the font looks like is what it gives. I couldn't get the words in a second ago. So choose one that you like. I like this one. Change it to whatever color you like. I'm going to just choose black for my own. And of course, we're going to size it down because as you can see, it needs to be very small. And we're going to spin it around. We're going to bring this heart back on. And as you can see, the scratch to reveal will be covered by our sticker. So we're going to size this down some more and move it so that it's going to be away from the sticker that we're going to add to this when everything is said and done. We'll center these two again. So as you can see, I like to make sure when creating designs that I am positioning everything, including the sticker that is not part of Design Space at all. It is a physical object that I'm going to put on after the fact. But to me, it helps with your designing. Keep that all in mind when creating designs, because this could be a card for any other project. It could be a card like a greeting card that you can create with the scratch to reveal, maybe with some like a gift, like a surprise gift to a concert. My daughter has been dying to see SZA. I could put on here a scratch to reveal. You're going to see SZA. She's not going to see SZA, but that is an example of what you could do. So just think of it when you're creating your design, make sure that element that is not a design element will fit. So then you don't have any issues when everything is said and done that it won't fit. So now that we have our scratch to reveal in place, I'm going to remove the drawing of the heart. I'm going to change the heart that's staying here to red or a color of your choice. I'm going to add another text box and I'm going to type in, I love you. Again, whatever greeting you want, please add. I am going to make the line space a little bit smaller by clicking on the line space down. Get that up a little bit. All of this information is just based on however you want to create your design. You don't have to do it exactly as I am. You can do it any which way you like. Once you're happy with your greeting or saying, I'm going to select the words and the heart in the back, and I'm going to center it. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another design for the top of the card. This design I had really liked, but there are so many. If we just search up Happy Valentine's Day, options galore come up. I've used the words already. There's some cute circles, there's hearts, there's gnomes if you're into that. So many options are available. Oh, this one's really pretty. Let's bring that one in. Oh, of course, you'll resize it. Just like so. Once you're happy with your design, we'll then select everything. All I'm doing is clicking outside of the design with my mouse and dragging my mouse up until everything is selected. And then I'm going to click on flatten. Now here is your card all ready to go. I'm going to create one more card now for the other option on how to create the patterned background. I am going to set this one aside. I'm going to bring in my two squares again. This time I'm going to do the two squares because I didn't like how the negative offset looked. We're going to size this at 3.5 by 5.7. Again, you can just unlock it and put the numbers in. This one now will be 3.15 by 5.1. So if I want to do it up here, I will unlock it. I'm going to do 3.5. No, sorry, 3.15 by 5.1. I change that to white. Bring it to the front. And now our design is ready. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and get this pattern in. Under images, you can search up Valentine's Day patterns, and patterns come into Design Space. Really gorgeous ones as well. You can choose from this one, and I'm going to show you how to grab it. Again, I do have a detailed video on this, which I'm going to link to my description. You can check out if needed. So I don't know if I'll be able to find the same design I used up here, but let's see. I feel like I cannot. So let's go with this one. This one's cute. Once you have the design in that you like, we're going to set our top layer aside. Set that aside as well. I'm going to bring this to the front so I can see it. And I'm going to place it on top of my design. Now, I don't know about you, but yes, I can go willy-nilly and cut this and see what it looks like and then undo everything to fix it. But instead of doing that, what I do is I take the portion that I want to be the design. I'm going to change that to a pen. And now I can see where it will be cut and what it's going to look like. So I think I'm going to bring this up a touch. And that looks pretty good. I'll select both the outline and the pattern and click on slice. We'll move this aside. I'm not going to delete that just yet because I want to make sure I'm happy with how the design looks. I'm going to bring my white portion back to the front. And I think I actually really like that. So we'll select both, align, center. If you're happy with it, which is not bad, we'll go with it. We can then start designing. And if it makes things easier for you, there's absolutely no reason why you can't flatten this right now and then work with your flattened design instead. It's totally up to you how you want to navigate through Design Space. And let me tell you, I might do it this way one time and then I'll be doing another design. I'll do it another way. So I think it's just the way my brain is working in that moment. Now that I have my design, I can bring my heart shape in. And again, I'm going to size it at about 2.5. I'm going to change the color to whatever color I want. Bring in a text box. And we'll type in a greeting, some wording of choice. Add it to our design. And it doesn't have to fit perfectly, but I don't know. I feel like it looks a little neater if it's on that heart rather than hanging off. I've now selected the heart and the wording, and I'm going to align, center. I don't like that, so I'm just going to manually move it myself so everything fits in. Now bring in another text box, and this will say scratch to reveal. Resize it again, change the color to black. This Cricut has almost like that gray black color that is default color, and I don't like it. Same with this. I'm going to change it to black. And then I'm going to bring in my 3-inch heart outline, bring it to the front, add it to my design. What I'm going to do, because my You Are Special, I can't center it, I'm going to flatten that portion because now I can bring my outline in, select the 2 hearts, and center. As you can see, the scratch to reveal is still a little bit too big and in a bad spot. So I'm going to touch smaller, and I'm going to move it down and out. All right. And I'm going to go back to images. I'm going to search up Happy Valentine's Day again. Find another design that I really like. I don't know about you all, but I do not like gnomes at all. It's not my favorite thing, whether it be Christmas or any other season. I don't like it. Okay, we'll go with this one. A heart and a heart. Why not? We will resize it and place it on our card. That looks actually really nice. I like it now. We'll remove the outline. The outline. If sometimes you're trying to grab stuff and it's not working, just use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move it away from the entire design so that you can be able to grab it. Once you're happy, we're going to select everything and flatten. And now our design is ready, and this guy will sit nicely on top of our heart. So once you're happy with all of your designs, we're going to go ahead and cut this, and I'll meet you back at the craft table to show you what it looks like, and I'll put the sticker on. Before I do that though, I will grab, because I feel like some of you folks might really like that. So here you go. If you search up Happy Valentine's Day truck, so many options come up. So that's how you can find the truck that I've used here. So that's how you can find the truck. If I'm able to find the actual image number, I will definitely provide that, but I'm not sure why it's not coming up here for me to be able to tell you. I'm going to go ahead and get this printed and cut, and I'll meet you at the craft table to show you just how I go about putting this all together. I'm actually going to show you one other thing that I think to me is one of the most helpful things I've learned on Cricut. As you can see, Cricut is making me cut this on 3 sheets of paper. Technically, it should be able to fit on 2 sheets of paper, but Cricut, I'm not sure why it doesn't know how to, but it doesn't know how to maximize the space available. So I'm going to show you just how to go about doing that. As you can see, I rotated the first card and I added it to the top of the first paper. I'll then select the second piece of paper, and you can click on these 3 dots and hit Move Object. What I do like to do is though, while I have the space, is instead rotate the design the way I need it. Click on the 3 dots and click on Move Object. Click on the sheet that you want to move it to, and now you can fiddle around with placement. I can only fit 2 of these designs on here, so that's fine. And then this third one can just print by itself. So we'll hit continue, and I'm going to send it to the printer. And now for real, I'll meet you back at the craft table to show you what it looks like when it's all said and done. I'm about ready to get this cut, and I just wanted to show you, I'm not sure if it's noticeable, I did use shimmer cardstock for this set. And I'm going to print the other one on regular cardstock just to show you what it looks like. When cutting cardstock, I highly recommend using a mat that is pretty sticky, but not overly sticky. And I know you might have heard me say this before, and it sounds like the most bizarre thing ever, but if you have it too sticky, it's going to stick and your paper is going to rip when coming off. If it's not sticky enough, then your paper is going to shift while cutting. As you can see, I can do that with my paper on my mat and it's not moving anywhere. That means that it's probably likely that it's going, I mean, I know from my perspective that it's going to cut perfectly, but the mat's not very sticky. So that is a trick that I found to work. Sticky, but not too sticky, and ensuring it's on. Using a braiding tool is always a preferred way of making sure this all has no issue. So I'm going to get this cut. I'll print the other one out and I'll just show you the difference and get that one cut as well. Our first design is now cut, and I did add the bleed, and I wanted to show you all what it looks like when you add the bleed. So I'm going to remove these. Also, if you might have heard me say before, flipping your mat over and removing your design from it is a much easier way to ensure you have no rips or folding or anything of that sort. So here's our designs on our shimmer cardstock, and here's the excess. Not sure if you can see, there is some ink on the garbage that was printed. So that just ensures you don't have any white lines available here. Sorry, showing here, as you may be able to see, there is a white border right there, whereas this side doesn't have it. And that's because for this one, I did not add the bleed. The other one is now cut with just regular cardstock, so you can see the difference in the paper, I think. And that's just personal preference, of course. So let's get this one cut. I'll grab my stickers and I'll be right back. Our other card is cut. Same concept. I'm going to turn the mat around and pull the design off. And again, as you can hopefully see, there's a white border just to the top. The rest of it does not have it. So adding the bleed is really optional, but for a cleaner look, the bleed does help. You do have to be a little careful. If you haven't flattened everything and you added a bleed, you're going to see issues. This, for instance, is going to like have a bleed on it and it's not going to look very good. But play around with it, see what it looks like. I like to practice on regular printer paper if I'm not too sure what things are going to look like. Again, I try my best not to waste anything. And so for instance, I created that heart outline to see what it looks like. And that just helps me not have to waste cardstock. But I would have first printed this on regular printer paper just to check my heart, my actual scratch off heart to see if it fits perfectly. I do try my best not to waste product if I don't have to. Sometimes it gets wasted because Cricut didn't cut it properly, and that's a whole nother story. So these are the scratch hearts that I have. Like I said, these are quite large. They're 3 inches, but for us Canadians, this is all I can find on Amazon. Although I did buy this a few years ago, or a couple years ago maybe, and there might be different options available now. But it comes with the red hearts. It comes with gold hearts as well. And it comes with these conversation type scratches, both in silver and gold. So I will link these that I'm using to my Amazon storefront, but I will also see if there's other ones that are maybe a bit smaller, because of course the smaller ones might be a bit better, depending on what your wording is under the heart. And all you literally do is you take the sticker and stick it on your design. I think I actually had issues with this because I did not do what I was saying to do in the video with this one. This was one of the first ones I did. That's fine. I'm going to use a gold one for that to see what it looks like. Oh, actually they have silver as well. I didn't realize that. So they have silver, gold, and red hearts in this one package. I'm going to use the gold. And it is a little bit forgiving. You might see that I'm sticking and lifting because it is a little forgiving, which I like. I think there was one that I even had down and I picked it up and fixed it. There we go. And there you go. You now have your Valentine's Day scratch cards to gift to whomever you want to gift to. And we'll just take our scraper, whatever you want to use. Maybe not that. I don't know where my little spatula went to. Oh, found it. I've seen ones where people put little coins at the top for your loved one to be able to use to scratch the card with. And keep in mind, you could also use a white heart underneath the as a template like we had created. That way it kind of just, sorry, you can use a white heart with an outline, and that way you don't have a color under the heart. This is, again, personal preference to the fullest, but how gorgeous are these? They're so cute. I love the gold actually a lot. So there you have it. Valentine's Day scratch cards. Cute to create and add to lunch boxes, notes for family, friends, loved ones, whoever you need to give these to. I do hope you give these a try. As always, if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Hit that bell button so you're notified when I post new videos. There are going to be more videos coming shortly. I'm actually going on a different schedule, which I'm excited but nervous about altogether. So don't hold me to it, but know that I plan on bringing out more videos. And yeah, subscribe, of course. You all have been amazing, and I appreciate all the subscriptions I've had so far. I can't thank you enough for trusting me in your crafting journey. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. Otherwise, I will link the scratch hearts, and if I find any others, I will definitely link those as well. The shimmer cardstock, I forgot to mention, I grabbed that from Michael's. They have, I think it's like 100 pack, and if they have it on sale, it's an amazing sale usually. Buy one, get one free, potentially. They have out sometimes. Joann's, though, I'm not American, so I don't get all the deals from Joann's, but they almost always have amazing deals on cardstock when I head over to the States. So grab some cardstock, grab some scratch tickets, and design your heart until your heart's content. The smaller ones would give you more on one sheet to print, maybe 3 at a time. So that's also something to think about, finding the smaller hearts. But if not, these are really cute as well. I also will link the pattern tutorial that I posted a few weeks ago so that you can see how you bring patterns in and use patterns and whatnot. Until next time, have a fabulous week ahead. Take care. Bye now.